Good morning or good afternoon, whatever time zone you may be in. This is my first back porch chat in probably about a week and a half, mainly because I've been in Abuja, Nigeria, preaching at the world's largest church building of 100,000 seats. And so I've been here experiencing a lifetime experience. To be in a church that big is a first time experience for me. To be a part of something that God is doing here in Nigeria is also exciting. Nigeria may be the leading nation in revival right now. If it's not number one, it's probably number two at the least. Everything that I have on my list that gives characteristics of revival is happening in Nigeria right now. And like I told Pastor Paul and his wife, Dr. Becky, the great leaders of the Glory Dome, I said, it's interesting. You have the great revival of Nigeria echoing around the world, and you have the number one corruption problem nation in the world is Nigeria. You have the two extremes. Where there is sin, where there is trouble, grace does much more abound. And the Nigerian pastors and the Nigerian Christians have found out how to abound in grace in the midst of demonic activity, in the midst of warfare, in the midst of cultural, social ills, and make a triumphant victory. So I'm going to just come to you today because I leave tomorrow morning from Abuja. I go to London, change planes, and I fly to America. So tomorrow will be a travel day. And I wanted to come to you and say, I have lots of things I'm going to tell you all next week when I'm back about this trip. But let me tell you one big one that happened to me. Some of you know that I had back surgery on one of my lower L vertebrae because it was what they call a bulging disc. It had got somehow irritated and it bulged out and hit the nerve. And so they went and did surgery on it. The surgery was successful. That sharp pain and the difficulty had disappeared. But I had been left with, a different kind of dull pain. And it was a wearing you down kind of pain. So they gave me pain pills. And, I'm not against pain pills, but I'm not going to live my life on pain pills. Pills to me are temporary if you need them. They're not to be something that we lean on. We want the healing power of God to heal. So that's where I was at. So I was at my church I attend in Sarasota, Bradenton, Kingdom Life Church, pastored by Don and his wife Trish, and the great congregation there. And let me say hi to all the church family there and all my friends in Sarasota and Bradenton and our church in San Francisco and our church in Orange County. I'll be there this coming Saturday for prayer school, so don't miss that. But my first healing came when Pastor Don and the congregation prayed for me after surgery, that the dull pain that was consistent would go away. Well, it did, but there was still left, standing up, sitting down, kind of another type of discomfort. And so when I explained to my doctors I was going to go to Nigeria and I was going to be on a flight and had to sit and do all that kind of stuff, they, as medical doctors and nurses, we got to help you. So they gave me, pain pills. I have them here behind me in my suitcase. And I brought them and I only took one just to make sure that the flight over would not be discomfortable. When I got here to Nigeria, after the first night, I didn't have any pain at all. Well, I thought, what's such a nice Nigerian bed? There's my Nigerian bed here in the hotel. I thought, that Nigerian bed has helped my back so well. I need to figure out what kind of mattress it is and make sure I have one at home. I was just thinking those thoughts as I was going about my daily work here in the room and then my meetings. And then I noticed after a couple of days, it's still no pain and I didn't have any pain pills. And so I got healed totally from my back surgery. It finally came all the way through to a total miracle here at the Glory Dome, where the cloud of God rests, just getting inside the presence of God on a consistency. His presence does what his heart is: save, heal, and deliver. And Jesus healed me while I was here ministering at the Glory Dome. And I want to thank God for my healing. I want to thank Pastor Dr. Paul and his wife Becky and the team for building a great church and to build in a way where the power of God lives so residentially in it that just walking in, I got healed. And I've been healed now on almost 5-6 days, no pain pills. I got up this morning. I did all my little things to see if I could irritate it, if I could make it hurt, if I could make it come, like it was. So far, none. And I'm excited to get on that big jet tomorrow and fly about a whole day to get back home to America and to see the miracle power of God endure a jet ride all across the ocean and to London and so forth. I am excited to be pain-free. And so you that have had back pain or any other kind of pain, you know how it is. It just kind of wears on you and takes you down, and you don't even know you're tired or irritable until it really makes you do something like, what am I doing? That's pain. And I'm so happy that I've received my miracle. And I want to thank Dr. Paul and his wife, Dr. Becky, and his team for giving me such a great, enjoyable trip to Nigeria. And as I have been inundated with all types of social media messages and comments, are you going to come back? Are you going to come back? The answer is yes, I will be coming back to Nigeria. And this has really sealed my want to explore more of what's going on in Nigeria. I want to participate in it. Something you may not know, that for over 25 years, the number one book buyers of my books were Americans. Number two were Nigerians. And so I'm finding that my books have helped raise almost a whole generation of Christians and their leaders. And I'm finally getting to meet these individuals and these pastors and these people. And it is exciting to hear the testimonies, the questions they ask me about ministry and the Bible and God's general's revival history is phenomenal. It means to me the kind of questions I've been asked lets me know they've read my books, and they're also personal studiers and seekers of the revival of God here and across the world. So it's been very exciting for me. I wanted to just come today. I know I have not talked to you in quite a few days, mainly 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time in America is, in the middle of our meetings over here. And so I couldn't quite do it, but I thought I'd just stop today because I'll be packing and I'll be getting ready to leave early in the morning to come back home. And I'm looking forward to home, but I'm a little sad that I have to leave the revival country. Let me say this, and please, everybody take this right. I'm not trying to be rude or try to be anti something and pro something else. It's the way I want to express. The God that I saw and knew and walked with as a child and as a young evangelist preachers traveling is the God that I see in Nigeria. The way the people respond, the way God responds, that whole dynamic, the hunger of the people, the prayer of the people, the worship, the praise, the enthusiasm of faith, and God's response. Oh, wow. It gave me such hope and such renewed faith and such renewed hope for my country of America and even for Europe, where both of Europe and America and Canada need a boost. They need another fire to come across them. Well, we may have to come to Nigeria to get fired up again and come back to America and come back to Europe. But I'm telling you, revival is not coming to Nigeria. It is here. It's working. It is moving, it is happening, and it is scriptural. And you had the whole thing. You've got great revival moments of salvations and healings and deliverance. In our meetings here, there were people testifying that they were actually mentally ill, or they, as they would say here in Africa, they were mad. They'd had lost their conscious sensibilities and controls of behavior. And God healed them that were mentally ill, those that were mad, as they would say. And I saw them, and I witness it to myself. I saw mental illness healings, and I saw other kinds of miracles too. So it's not just something that Christians are hyping up. It is here. Let me say this again. Revival's not coming to Nigeria. It has already arrived and been here for a little bit of time, and it's growing and it's moving and it's strong. And I'm glad that I have a part in helping that years ago with my books. And now I have a part to come back and enjoy the revival and maybe help some ways in my preaching and teaching. And so I'm all in. I'm all into the Nigerian revival. I've seen it. I've tasted. I've been healed in my body by it. and I'm excited. And I hope that many of you will tap into the Glory Dome. You can watch them and find out more about them on their website, YouTube channel. Dunamis is the name of the ministry, but the church is called the Glory Dome, and it's 100,000 seats, and it's real. It's not exaggerated. It's not 50,000. They're saying it's 100. It's 100, folks. I walked it. I saw it. I did the balconies with Dr. Paul and his men. It is the real deal. There is no exaggeration here. And so I'm so excited to get to tell you more about it in next week. I'll just take little bits of it and share with you about the ministry. So it is a great thing. I'm so glad that my first trip in 2 years out of the country has been to Nigeria. I am happy. I am renewed. I'm fired up, and I am excited to come home and bring some of the fire with me, as well as I'm looking forward to when God returns me and maybe some of our friends to Nigeria to be a part of this great happening. For all of the Nigerian people that are here watching me today, that are new to my Facebook channel, we welcome you. We're glad that you're with us. I normally do a 10 o'clock Florida time, or we used to say New York time, every day. So that's more in your afternoon. And we hope that you'll join us. And we welcome all of our new Facebook fans. I think we've grown by, 3,000 or 4,000 people just in a couple of days. So we welcome all the new people in. And we look forward to seeing you all again here, probably in a couple of days when I actually get home and get myself settled. I'll come back on and talk with everybody again. But I just thought I would take a moment from my hotel room before I start to pack and give you the report. I've been healed in my back. There's been no pain now for almost 5-6 days. And I'm going to give it another big test when I get on the plane in the morning and fly to America. And I'm expecting to come off the plane with thumbs up. It's still there. All right, this is Robert Serdenson. I love you. Thank you for being my friends, my partners, my prayer warriors. I want to thank my staff, Karen and my sister Priscilla and Debbie, my secretary and Diana, and there's Tom that helps us, and there's Tina, and then there's Cindy that also helps us, and then my team out in California, Marcella and her husband, Ronnie, and all them. Look forward to seeing all of you. Thank you for supporting this great trip and letting me be here and have no concerns and no worries while I was here, because you guys were holding the fort together at home. All right, this is Pastor Robert Serdenson telling you I love you. Jesus is alive. The devil's a liar. Victory is yours. And something good is going to happen to us today. See you soon. Bye-bye.